What is up guys? Crosby here from greatcrosby TV. So ngayon, gagawa ulit tayo ng panibagong na reaction video. And this particular video na pagbibigyan natin ng reaction would be uh, coming from a request ng isa sa ating mga subscribers, hopefully. And also sa ating mga follower na si Man of Goodwill. So I don't personally know him, but shout out to him for actually requesting this particular movie to be reacted. So, yung title pala ng movie na gusto niya na bigyan ko ng reaction would be The Lady of Heaven. Now, take notice guys, I really don't have an idea what this, of course I don't have an idea, but I don't have any know-how have any insight of what this Lady of Heaven is all about. So this would be my very first time to actually watch this particular film trailer and try to guess what the story is all about, what it tries to suggest, it tries to tell us, to tell the viewers what is it trying to implicate in the real world. So without further ado guys, I guess it's high time for us to actually proceed with the video, and let's get on with this.
The world is in shock as a group of terrorists has taken control of large areas of Syria and Iraq.
So I guess yung movie is actually yung simula pa lang ng movie kasi it's all about parang giyera, terrorism kasi Syria at saka Iraq eh. So and then yung makikita nyo naman siguro yung lugar doon ay may mga armadong tao, and it seems like it's going to be a war movie. I really don't know, so let's proceed na lang.
The world can be a cruel and dangerous place. Remember, even if you're afraid.
So parang nakita mo doon may bata na tumba, and then may babaeng nakatakip yung mukha niya, and then she's trying to help the kid, and I think they're actually into panic kasi of course may mga armadong tao na. So let's continue na lang.
Be strong.
Oh, I think it was not actually hindi talaga pinakita doon, but I suppose na nanay niya yon, or hindi ko alam, nanay, kapatid. Pero I think yung bata related sa babae, and then parang pinatay ata yung babae. Of course, nakita mo na may baril na yun sa ulo niya. So I think namatay na yung babae.
Your loving mother, Fatima.
So yung pangalan pala ng mother niya is Fatima. So the loving mother is Fatima.
Did your mother ever tell you the story of the Lady of Heaven? She was very special. Daughter to the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay. So yung Lady of Heaven pala guys is daughter to the Prophet Muhammad. So I think has something to do with this movie, something to do with religion pala, and because it speak of Prophet Muhammad, and he has a daughter, Lady of Heaven. I'm still clueless about this, but let's proceed na lang. So it's 1400 years ago.
My time is near, and afterwards, my lovely Fatima, you will face many trials.
With my father no longer here to lead us, evil is with those who will extinguish the light of truth.
You're gonna let a woman tell us what to do? We will burn her out!
So, wait a minute. If I'm trying to stitch this correctly, he is the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, and some guys are not accepting the fact that the woman is gonna lead them. What's the problem with that? So, let's continue na lang.
God will judge all of you.
This world has become a breeding ground of violence.
shadow will be cast across many generations to come.
It said some people are so full of faith. They give strength to everyone around them.
The greatest thing in this life and the hereafter is the spreading of peace in the world.
Lady Fatima's goodness inspired people to.
So as far as I can actually say about this movie, it speaks of um, bringing peace all over the country, or all over their place, all over Syria and Iraq. And I guess yung babae parang ano siya, para messenger siya ni Prophet Muhammad or ni God. And then they're trying to promote peace. And because there are so much violence and bloodlust everywhere. So I guess ito yung parang pinaka warning niya na let us stop, the violence and blood wherever, because God will might be might become angry in some, and inflict upon us yung sinasabi nilang punishment. So it's a very interesting movie. Let's go on na lang.
Stand up, no matter what the cost. Her legacy lives on.
Okay. The Lady of Heaven. Alright, so I'm trying to clearly understand the movie kasi has something to do with the war in Iraq and Syria, and then there's this woman named the Lady of Heaven, and then she is the daughter of Prophet Muhammad. Her purpose, her mission is to bring forth peace all over the country and all over the world, being the messenger of God, if I'm correct. And then, however, a lot of people doesn't like her to lead them or to probably save them. This kind of movie actually, what do you call this? Reminds me of the movie Passion of the Christ. Parang ganun na rin yung setting. But yung difference din ng ganitong movie na to is that this movie is somehow set up in a modern world, in a modern setting. Kasi yung Passion of the Christ is actually a masterpiece. It's also a religious movie, as we all know. And this is actually inspired by the story in the Bible, Jesus Christ, 12 disciples, crucifixion, whatsoever. But then, the good thing about this movie is that the way it has been set, the movie Passion of the Christ, it's all about redemption. And also, this is also similar in this particular movie. But the good thing, and the magnificence of this particular movie, Lady of Heaven, I guess, is that it is now set up in the modern world. Yun bang gusto nila na yung babae, I guess, will be the messenger of God, and then she will be being the messenger of God, she will try to preach the good news. That is, if I'm correct in interpreting this movie correctly, this film trailer correctly. And then, along the way, a lot of people is actually disagreed with her vision, considering the fact that she's a woman. But then, doesn't have to be that way, but because the main purpose is to bring forth harmony and peace. So, the movie is interesting, nevertheless, and it's still coming soon. We don't know when it will actually when it will be shown in the theaters, kasi nakasabi dyan is coming soon pa lang. So anyhow, if I would be recommending this to people, I would probably give it, somehow 8 to 10 or 7 or 8 to 10, kasi I really don't know the whole plot of the story. And also yung story niya is somehow it's actually combined between parang gera, and at the same time there is a story about, I guess it's also a love story, I guess, when it comes to the love of God and the love of children. So hopefully yung isa lang sigurong I probably don't want to siguro I would proud want to expect, but sana wag masyadong gore kasi if it's going to be religious, kasi nakita ko na yun sa movie na ano, ano yung movie na Passion of the Christ. Hindi yung ano dun, yung dugo-dugo dun. So, this is actually one of the reasons kung bakit na-ban din yung ano, yung Passion of the Christ by the Catholic Church, because I guess that's also the reason why, kasi yung graphics ng ano, ng dugo dun is really immense. And also, at the same time, somehow, sana wag din itong iban ng ng kabilang religion, siguro ng mga Muslim. Kasi nga, it's also about their religion as well. We have all to respect it. So yun na lang siguro. And like I said, I don't really have any idea whatsoever about this movie, but somehow for entertainment purposes, I think it's going to be a very interesting movie if I were to watch this, probably if lalabas na to. And then that way then na natin malalaman kung okay ba to or hindi. So, yun nga guys. So, as of now, yun na muna yung masasabi ko tungkol sa movie na yan. Oh no, not the film trailer na yan. And then, hopefully, sana lumabas na yan so that I could actually assess it fully and give it full full feedback. So, whether what the movie is all about. So, yun na lang muna. So, anyways, thank you very much guys for watching. And also, let's stay tuned na lang for the next upcoming reaction videos or any vlogs that I'll be doing in the future. Stay tuned. God bless.